Reality check. It's the end of the month, and as a sales manager, you are behind on your work quotas. You are worried, stressed out, and the pressure on you is tremendous. Your boss and senior management are waiting for you to turn in your last projections, but you feel horrible, ashamed of your team performance, and you feel you are dragging everyone down. Although you tried your best, you end up coming short because some of your sales reps' outputs were disastrous. The reports that require your attention are piling up and must be addressed ASAP. Making matters worse, other departments are waiting for you to turn them in, but you don't have the time even though you spent the last 3 weekends working to catch up. Your 2 new hires are struggling with their workload. They need your assistance to overcome some pending issues. They also need some orientation and feedback on other urgent topics. But you don't have enough time with all the work you have to do. You wish you could split yourself in multiple parts to help everyone, but that's impossible. Adding to your problem, you have several open positions that need to be filled, but you just cannot find the right candidates. You have struggling sales reps that require field-time coaching, but you keep being dragged in different directions to resolve urgent customers and partners issues. Your customers are demanding. Your partners are unforgiving. Getting new business is incredibly hard. The competition is fierce. Your customers are extremely savvy and educated, and often seem to know more than your salespeople. Your sales reps are overwhelmed. There are too many customers' issues to resolve, too many reports to generate, and too little time to sell. You feel emotionally down and try to portray an image of control, but in reality, this is a highly strenuous environment that imprisons you with its intense demand and constant high pressure. If you lack the aptitude, capability, and stamina for the job, you also wonder if your sales force has what it takes to succeed. Your ability to adapt, analyze on the go, and make smart decisions can make the difference between success and failure. Market demands are high. Sales reps needs to be faster, smarter, and more agile than ever before. This means your sales reps needs to have the ability to 1. Self-educate continuously on the product knowledge. 2. Absorb a massive quantity of information, reflect on it, simplify it, and deliver it in digestible portions to your customers. 3. Upgrade current skills and add new capabilities based on market's trends and clients' demands. 4. Become experts at resolving quickly customers' issues while reducing tension. 5. Get creative to predict escalations and problems and proactively engineer a path to resolution. Unless you are selling a product or service that is perfect in every sense, and your innovation far exceed consumer demand, your trained sales force is your primary competitive advantage and your greatest asset. Most companies rely on their salespeople to create revenue in quantity large enough to keep them profitable to grow and expand. Customers rely on salespeople to provide education and insight on a broad range of commerce solutions that allow them to develop a competitive edge. The most successful salespeople are those who continually generate new ideas, insights, and market data that impact existing and future customers. To acquire new business, sales reps have to provide unique alternatives beyond the obvious to entice the customer into considering and accepting the offer. It begs the question, are all members of the team equipped to win the sales battle? To ensure a seamless transition from the current status quo to higher standards, the sales manager may have to change the sales culture. Underperformance needs to be addressed. Sales reps who are not willing to do their part to achieve their objective need to be faced head-on. Laggers may need some pushing and pulling to get them to achieve better results. The key is to challenge everyone to get out of the status quo. The top sales reps may need to be encouraged and shown different alternatives that may lead to greater performance. By following the strategies outlined below, you can turn your current sales team from the slow-moving and reactive state to a higher state of proactive learning and greater performance. When your challenges are opportunities to success, your job is to exploit them. Welcome your challenges and issues. These are learning opportunities that you can turn into winning propositions. Sales is regarded as one of the hardest jobs on the planet. Hard because it undergoes a constant evolution that requires continuous education, fast adaptability, complex issue resolution, and flexible psychological approaches that retain and improve the relations with your customers. The sales manager and his salespeople work under constant pressure to deliver on the required company quota. The cycle is simple. Every new month you go from a hero to zero. Not continually achieving your quota means the loss of bonus, status, and potentially the job for both your sales reps and possibly you, the sales manager. You certainly feel anxious when new promising and disruptive products come to the market. You know your team will need to adapt fast or you will lose market share. You get worried when new competitors hit the market with new products/services that your company cannot match quickly enough. You feel powerless and at a disadvantage. You lose sleep when you have a couple of consecutively bad quarters. Underperformance is an existential threat for sales management. You turn to your sales reps for what you hope is good news. To your surprise, you are faced with a barrage of complaints and excuses, ranging from, "I cannot meet the quota this month because my customer is considering a last-minute request for proposal that offers additional values at a lower cost," or "the customer has suddenly become unresponsive, wants more time, or has financial challenges that prevents him from buying now." Whether legitimate reasons or plain excuses, it doesn't matter. You know you have a gap that needs immediate resolution. You also realize that your sales reps are operating with a sense of lost hope, and you are stuck. What should you do when everything seems to take a turn for the worse? Every problem is a challenge, and every challenge represents an opportunity to be resolved. Fortunes are made that way. Some of these issues may include 1. Low sales and potentially demanding customers. 2. Customers requiring high maintenance needs that the sales rep can't meet. 3. Salespeople keep selling the old way although the market demand has shifted. 4. New business acquiring methodology is no longer effective and needs an upgrade. 5. Sales reps are sacrificing margin to win new business, generating non-profitable sales. 6. The team is comprised mostly of order takers, doing whatever the customer requests. The majority of sales leaders panic when faced with multiple issues and the potentiality of missing quota. It's common that sales managers go into an offensive mode to disrupt sales reps' complacency. They start giving directives to their sales reps, while closely micromanaging behaviors and results. Some sales managers start asking and even pleading with their sales reps to work harder, to be more proactive, in terms of calls and opportunity management. However, without newly outlined ideas, one should expect the same results. Asking a strained sales force to work harder may sound good, but rarely generates the intended results. Aimless hard work took them to where they are today. What they need is guided coaching to allow them to find a new momentum. Requesting your sales reps to work harder is simply a misguided strategy that will not generate any appeal or additional action. Great sales leaders always identify the nature and source of the challenge at hand. Then, they reflect on the challenge as if it were an opportunity. Once the challenge is understood and evaluated, the question becomes, how can we resolve it and benefit from this experience going forward? This strategy works because it brings people together to brainstorm and solve the challenge by using collective experiences and creativity. What can we do together to resolve this current production problem, and how can we benefit from it to push ourselves forward? For example, your team sales productivity are inadequate because a new competitor has entered the market with a product that is cheaper or perceived better than yours. The solution? 1. Get your team together and begin drafting a strategy that will retain your existing customers base while expanding it via customer satisfaction excellence. 2. Create a program that involves and reward your existing customers' referrals. Get the team to focus on the newly referred prospects by bundling additional added value solutions that appeal to the new prospects. 3. Conduct a regional customer-based market survey to find out how to compete against your competitor product advantages. You should brainstorm with your team members around potential solutions that will address the current challenges. Using a series of logical steps, you should be able to find multiple solutions. The key is to encourage and respect your team and customers' market feedback. This approach will serve you well, regardless of the nature and size of the problem. It provides you with new ways to capitalize on challenges every time. The new ideas will stimulate your thinking power and will enhance team cohesiveness. It inspires everyone to action, and it will impact team performance. To create high-performing sales culture and attain sales excellence, you will need to manage your sales team on how to handle both successes and failures well. Sales excellence is attained through sales leadership that does more than just set goals. It requires a precise balance of good management and targeted coaching. Team performance depends on clear, focused, and efficient sales leadership. Deals are lost because of multiple reasons. No deals is secure until booked, approved, and activated. No amount of planning or execution on the part of the salesperson can guarantee a sale. The sales rep may be an influencer, but the buying decision is always made by the decision maker. Losing opportunities is part of the sales process. However, understanding the reason on why the deal was lost is important so the same mistake is not repeated. New hires should not be reprimanded for making mistakes. The lessons learned are simply priceless and will serve as guideposts on the path to success. As a sales manager, you should coach your sales reps that mistakes are part of life. The key is to explore, experiment, and avoid repeating the same mistakes. Learn and pass on the knowledge to others that the willingness to fail and overcome adversity makes you stronger. Failure sharing among team members should be encouraged, discussed, and dissected. Solutions should be considered, implemented, and recorded to ensure that the team has a reference book on how to avoid business pitfalls and resolve unique challenges. Deliberate, collective feedback should be an ongoing process to improve team performance. Junior sales reps often share their mistakes with the rest of the team to get clarity and guidance. Tenured sales reps make occasional juniors' mistakes, but often fail to share them with others because of negative perception factors. The sales manager job is to ensure everyone understands that mistakes will occur, but the wisdom learned from these mistakes must be shared with everyone to avoid costly reoccurrence. Being ego-free and humble can create an environment that promotes the following. 1. Review and discuss how sales failures can be tools to be leveraged to lead to sales excellence. 2. Explain the relationship between success and failures and the behaviors that leads to improved performances. 3. Discuss the sales leader and sales reps' roles on sharing and learning from each other's wins and losses. 4. Salespeople and organizations learn from their mistakes. 5. Explain the value of failure. Reaching out and stretching beyond your comfort zone have potent benefits. Breakthrough innovations stem from major failures. 6. Failures should be addressed only as teaching moments, necessary for growth and creativity. Here is the truth, you only have wins in teaching moments, there are no loses. A true loss is when you neglect to learn and apply the lesson on an ongoing basis. Instruction and reinforcement should happen as often as possible to ensure it becomes part of the team DNA. As a sales leader, you will need to do the following. A. Prep the unprepared. Ensure that your sales reps are always prepared in terms of careful reflection, planning, and execution. Discuss possible questions and curved approaches, and envision what matters to the customer most to prevent surprises. Brainstorm on individual abilities to benefit the rest of the team, and adopt collective best practices to handle stressful situations as they occur. B. Extract lessons from every teaching moment. Analyze what occurred and ask what could have been done better. Discuss the how and capitalize on this occurrence. Turn temporary setbacks into new possibilities and create an action plan to address future similar lapses. C. Learn and move on. Recognize gaps, opportunities, and create winning action plan. Harness the power of collective team thinking. Create a path to address similar challenges in the future and get on with the next challenge. Mary Roberts Reinhardt, who is a mystery writer, said every crucial experience can be regarded either as a setback or the start of an incredible new adventure. It depends on your perspective. Being a great sales leader is all about distilling value and feedback from setbacks as well as learning great lessons from the experience. Great teams share the good and bad. You have to cultivate the habit of sharing to allow collective, genuine improvement. Winning is the purpose, but you cannot win unless you learn how to improve each player game to enhance the team collective game. To reach maximum performance, you will need performers who act like they cannot fail and who constantly stretch beyond their potential zone. You will need engaging, relentless, faithful sales warriors. But how can you create that sales culture without losing everyone in the process? If you push too hard, you will create a culture of defensive sales reps that will justify failures with all types of excuses and even reasons to save face. You certainly do not want to push too hard or too fast, as you may damage the team balance and may jeopardize the relationship with your sales reps. It may be prudent to deploy a slower, sustainable and progressive approach to produce stable and long-term results. Sales reps need a healthy working environment that promotes growth through nurtured leadership guidance. Talent productivity necessitates continuous coaching, education, and feedback. Sales reps may not have enough confidence to go beyond their comfort zone, but a good sales manager challenges everyone to achieve what was deemed impossible in the past. Every achievement that crosses new boundaries opens the horizon to new possibilities and new conquests. Stretch goals can be achieved by assisting your reps to recognize their strengths and focus on one or two priorities to reach mastery levels within these areas. Here is how you can do it. Define the area of improvements that each particular rep can work upon within a reasonable period and which will have the highest impact on performance, morale, and finance. Stretch zone attainment model and process. Step 1. Vision is the way. Define the vision and path forward. Build consensus and passion around the vision. Your vision should be the signpost that keeps everyone on the preset path to success. Set the cadence, create momentum, and monitor progress closely. Step 2. Define the path together. Set collective and individual objectives. Establish the plan to get there. Identify the required daily action and disciplines. Inspect execution, evaluate, reflect, and adjust based on progress. Assist by eliminating barriers, coach, inspect, and encourage everyone to stay the course. Step 3. Lead from the front. Be the motivational in chief, and inspire the team consistently. Take initiative with your best players to define best practices, then share with the team and monitor execution. Provide one-on-one coaching as often as necessary. Create and demand willful team collaboration. Hire, attract, and retain top talent. Celebrate victories, keep team morale up, and create a sales culture that promotes sharing of ideas, insight, experience, and best practices. Show gratitude, thank your team members frequently. Look at them always as equals. Always be on the lookout for talented individuals who can add value to the team. Develop your new talent, look beyond activities and skill gaps. Good sales managers influence belief and behavior to create confident sales performers. Ensure that you have a system that allows new hires to ramp up quickly. The training system should be methodical, gradual, and easy to grasp. The purpose is to create sales reps that can influence decision makers in a consultative way that will allow them to see the value of the proposed business solution. Increase the effective brand image. Brand credibility increase sales. Whether you manage an outside or inside sales force, your ability to enhance the brand image of your company's products and services can dramatically improve team morale and the ability to achieve specified quota. As a sales leader, you must ensure that your sales reps position the brand they represent correctly during each and every interaction with their clientele. Each communication with a client is an honest opportunity to market the company and an opportunity to listen to the customer feedback, which will be reported back to senior management. Client intel is the most valid information that defines the future of any organization. Customer behaviors, needs and wants drive organizational direction. Customer perspective focuses on the perceptions based on ease of usage, simplicity, received value, interactions with the sales rep, family and friend experiences, and market vibes. Great sales leaders are attuned to their clients' needs and track their insights carefully to create value, innovation, and progress. Ignoring customers' critical feedback is a sure way to demonstrate you are slow and out of touch. The following questions could be just a start. Are we meeting our clients' satisfaction criteria through their eyes? How do our clients value our innovation delivery? What other values can we deliver to our customers in a cost-effective manner? Why is it critical to enhance our brand image with every sales rep interaction? How to turn satisfied customers into brand ambassadors? How to increase customer retention, loyalty, and new referrals? What needs to occur to increase repeat business and client portfolio mix? What can be done to increase our market share on new verticals? What strategy need to be implemented to generate new partnerships and improve community relationship? How to increase brand awareness? What is our market perception? Does our brand name open or close doors? Which leads to the following questions. What else does brand image affect? Business metrics. Grow revenue, increase profits and shareholder value. Reduce costs, improve financial position and overall leadership attraction and retention. Team performance. Employees love to work for known corporate brands. It improves morale, cohesiveness, and harmony among team members. Increase efficiency, spur the desire to acquire new knowledge and skills to growth within the company. Improve employee retention, increase profitability and revenue, tenured reps produce higher margins. Brand appeal creates demand. Shorten the sales cycle and increase sales velocity. Experiment with collaborative leadership in the field. Creating a culture of excellence is all about team collaboration, with a continual focus on getting better at maximizing the performance of each sales rep within the team. The best way to do it is by engaging, coaching, educating, teaching, learning, and inspiring individuals in the team to achieve common goals. Great sales managers manage hearts, emotions, and behaviors to affect attitude, energy, and people psychology. Alternatively, average sales managers believe that they can influence people and performance by managing primarily data and reports. Analytical reports provide the sales manager with a snapshot on the current team performance. Armed with this data, The sales manager can use available tools and strategies to affect team activity and redirect sales reps' focus, which in turn will improve sales productivity metrics. However, no amount of data analysis, reporting, or performance reviews can impact performance as intended. These activities simply give you a false sense of managing individuals' developments. You cannot coach your sales reps unless you spend time interacting with them in a face-to-face setting or in the field observing their interactions and behaviors. Data and reports are facts that need to be analyzed and evaluated often to affect needed performance changes. A sales rep who shows low net new business penetration may need to increase his prospecting by potentially identifying and targeting specific verticals within a specific geography. Sales reps who reflect low revenue may need some guidance on how to focus on larger opportunities with higher margins. The sales manager's responsibility is to get each sales rep to meet and exceed his quota. However, each sales rep will need to know what's expected from him and how to get to his objectives. Successful sales managers must listen, understand, and connect with their sales reps at a deeper level. This activity will allow the team to deliver better performances because they feel like they are part of an organization that cares about their well-being and general improvement. Employee satisfaction is extremely important. People want to work for a sales leader and a sales organization that value their contributions, input, ideas, and potential. Customer satisfaction has a direct correlation with employee satisfaction. Happy employees go above and beyond to serve customers. They often make it easier to do business with. They wow the customer, which triggers customer referrals and great reviews on social media. Satisfied employees work harder. They accomplish much more within the same working hours. They help their peers by sharing best practices and winning strategies. Astute sales managers facilitate interaction among sales reps, breed a sense of genuine camaraderie and enthusiasm, and foster a sense of competitive spirit.